welcome to Reckless Moves, a live D&D broadcast with some amazing players. I'm Michael Cremeen, I'm the Dungeon Master. I have a great time with the players here, and I'll just go left to right as I see you in Zoom. Matt, tell us about your character that you're playing today.
Hey, I'm Matt, and I am playing Rockham, just a little metal guy, likes punching with the power of thunder. And yeah.
The power of thunder. Colin, who's Arthur?
Stand by.
Sorry. Getting used to swapping mics with Mandy in here. But yeah, I play Arthur, a tiefling bard. He is incredibly passively perceptive.
Incredibly passively perceptive. I like it.
Yep.
Well, Mandy, tell us about your character.
So I play Oob. He is a plasmoid from outer space, and he's also a warlock. And he's just here to have a good time, whether that's good, bad, or somewhere in between. If it makes him happy, he's gonna do it.
Sounds good. Roger, tell us about Ridley.
Ridley is a Shadowkai Phantom Rogue, stabby guy, the emo elf of the group, and he is really looking forward to killing some shit.
Okay, then. And also in dual duty, because one of our players is actually moving this weekend, we have Gust.
Well, I'm also playing Gus today. He's a Air Genasi barbarian warlock.
Yeah.
I still forget.
You said that with such confidence.
Yes, warlock. I got it right.
If he dies because of you,
No, he's got lots of daddy issues, and he likes to hit stuff twice.
yes, that's very
His
true.
best friend is Oobs.
Yeah.
Well, let me give a little recap for those that have are catching up or listening for the first time. The players have had quite a journey from being hired many moons ago as investigators for the temple. What they learned was a conspiracy that went into the abyss and into the nine hells. The descent into just the gates of the abyss led the players to make a decision. They are now with their ally, the head of the temple, the major and reformed organization in the in Alenoria. The players have had their ally Celesto, after consulting and deciding, they have decided to go and see about getting what they were, the sword of Zariel, the ruler of Avernus, the first layer of the Nine Hills. Where we left it last week. So go ahead.
Oh, I said dun dun dun.
Yeah. So where we left off, though, the players had prepared, made their decisions, and were teleported to one of two locations that Celesto had, provided them with a trip to the library, quite a description of the land they're in. They teleported to a location they think near the Stygian dock, but you don't know exactly where you are until you start exploring the map and getting kind of geolocated. So where the players are right now, cleverly called Avernus Landing, the players teleported and were greeted by a being, which I will reshare because just to give you some context.
He was incredibly kind, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
What a nightmare.
And he said, basically, what is your business here? And that's where we left it last week. So I always give the players agency by saying, hey, what do you do?
Okay. Well,
I'm
he
going
asked what
to-
our business here
I'm
is.
going to unpause it so you may move. You may not want to.
Yeah.
All that was said is, what is your business here?
Apologies, Mr. Fire. Our sightseeing tour has gone awry. We will leave your cave henceforth.
This is no cave.
Oh,
Are you lost? Should I
Yes.
just slay you and send you back to whence you came?
well, that's not the way.
Who do you
our-
serve?
Who do we serve?
Temple Dad.
The Great Old One is who I serve.
I am not familiar.
You know, neither am I, actually. Something we have in common.
Now, one thing the most observant of you, which is Arthur, notices is he is standing next to two large gongs
Oh,
and is wielding a hammer in his hand.
uh-oh. Hey guys, I feel as though he should maybe not be allowed to hit those gongs.
Oh. Okay.
Speak.
okay,
Who do you
sorry.
serve? All right, I'm gonna give. I don't know what you remember from the library, but you're gonna have to consult your own notes or brain.
My brain's useless.
Said the
Help
lower
us,
bard
Raj.
with the most perception.
Arthur's brain is wonderful.
It's that Colin guy we gotta worry about.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe we should just fight him.
Is everybody down? Because we could just like get him, I guess.
Yeah, I'm down. for that.
Okay. Mr. DM, I would like to do a thing.
As
What would
Brockham
I-
is about to do his thing, Arthur says, "We're about to serve you your ass on a platter. Go, Brockham!"
It's like I have to find the thing. And
roll
this-
a? While you're finding a thing, he goes, "You must serve Zerial," and he hits both.
No, wait,
gongs.
before he hits the gong.
No, you said you were looking at your stuff. He hits a gong.
Oh, well, he's here now. Because he failed to save. I did a feature that I picked up at level 15 called Perfected Armor, where I could force him to make a strength saving throw, which he failed, and zip him to 5 feet away from me. So now he's there.
Well, to see if you can get that off before he hits a gong, roll a dexterity check, and I'll do the same.
Okay. That went great.
Well, we don't know, do we?
Maybe he's a slow guy. He looks slow. He is slow.
Oh shit!
Okay, so he realized at the last minute that he was actually holding his lance, and he went to put that away and get his hammer out to hit the gong instead of just hitting the gong with his lance, not being that dexterous. So what does your perfected armor guardian do?
So he is here
huge or smaller? Yeah, he's just medium. All right. So he's 5 feet from you?
Yep. Hello, I'm Rockham. How are you?
And you can make a
You-
melee a weapon attack against him as a part of the reaction.
Yeah. So punch.
Which
Awesome.
misses
Punch.
him.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's a beefy fellow.
Uh-oh. Well, that's
I would like to think it bounces ineffectually off of his armor.
That is acceptable. Well,
You're gonna
let's
be
roll
a little bit
initiative.
You're gonna be a little harder to hit than I expected.
Hold on a second. Let me get you guys all in here.
Happy, happy,
My-
joy, happy,
My
joy,
spell
joy.
DC is actually wrong in here. Let me fix that.
I think if we pushed him into the fire, then he would still live.
He kind of looks like he'd like it. I'm not gonna lie. to you.
Yeah,
Huh.
Darn.
that looks like it might be a sauna for him.
Mhm. That's too bad. Oh.
Do we all
After
talk about how
100
bad my first rolls were this session?
That's okay. Just get him out of the way.
Oh my goodness.
Haha, I'm worse.
Okay, Gust is first.
Holy moly.
Goodness.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's an action. Okay. Trying to look at all the things that Gust has.
I'll give you a little more time with Gust because he's not your character. I turned the timer off because of that for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I
It's not
can I
your
use a
timer.
verbal off of my turn while he's finding something?
Sure.
I'm feeling awfully exposed out here.
Don't worry, we got you.
Gus is going to start with Armor of Agathis on himself. Because that is what Robbie does. Which... Very good.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That's a nice effect. He does not have any bonus action spells. So he's going to move. Shit. Come on. Okay. Two there. Collides with a wall.
Oh no.
What's the problem?
I was trying to make it just follow the measured path.
I know
I
I'm
can
hard
move
to
where
get
you
by,
wanna
but
be.
I'm not a
I got him.
You go running around him.
Yeah.
Okay. As you run by him, though, he does have a 10-foot reach to attack
Okay.
as a Well, I'm going to let him not do a reaction right now.
So that's going to be Gus' turn.
All right.
Well, shit. Now it's me.
I forgot. I'm moving it to the next person. I forgot to turn on the icons. There you go.
All right. Which is Ridley.
That's convenient.
Is that what you call it? All right, Ridley. What the hell are we gonna do here? um. Well, damn. Okay. We shall.
Gotta move, guys.
Yep. Got it.
I'm gonna put the timer on.
Blessing of the Raven Queen.
Okay.
Redly
If you cast
teleports
it.
to here.
Yep.
God damn it. I did. Didn't I?
Yeah.
It looks like it might be. Did you point to the? Yeah, it moved you.
All right. And a stabby
Stabby!
target.
That'll work.
We'll throw a little sneaky snacks on that. 35 points of damage.
Nice.
Yep. It hits him, and he barely looks damaged at all.
Ridley does not look happy.
Fair enough.
Neither.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Oobleck.
I am gonna move up here. Oh.
I will be better prepared for the next turn.
That's okay.
I wasn't prepared
It's
for
all
both
good.
of my characters to go first.
There's either conversation or combat. It's always up to you guys.
Okay. Well, I want to be like right next to him, but there's a wall there, so I'm just gonna pretend.
That's okay. Can you hit him? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do this one. Oh, target. And then cast. So he has to do a wisdom saving throw
Okay.
or a what is it? Oh, that's my spell DC. It's 16.
Okay. I bite.
Yes.
Okay, got it. What's the DC?
16.
He fails.
Woohoo! Okay. I choose for him to be asleep.
Okay. He looks at you in anger and then
Okay, guys. He's asleep.
yep.
Don't
Dude,
touch
what
him.
did you do?
You know, it, a little matchy. So, anyway, do we want to keep going, or do we want to try to sneak away and, overcome this obstacle?
Why don't we just take his stuff and then hit him?
That's a good idea.
Sounds like a thieves' job, Mr. Ridley.
As long as he doesn't take any damage.
Arthur says, I believe in you, and gives him bardic inspiration.
It
What's
also
the duration
says,
of
or
the
if another
spell?
creature uses its action to shake the sleeper.
It is, I think it's a minute.
Yeah, it's 1 minute.
Oh, wow. That's a long time. Okay.
Well,
he's
I
asleep.
guess.
So, he fails.
So he's asleep. So
Yep.
he loses a turn.
Yep.
So since he's not really like holding on to his weapons, is it an action to take his lance and throw it away?
Yeah, I would say that would be an action. You take the thing and you have to disarm him.
Or to stick it into a bag of holding so he can't pick it up again.
Yeah, and then we get one for later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just-
I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take his lance away from him, and then toss it behind
What kind of spell
Ridley.
is this? Sorry, just let me look at something real quick. Give me a second.
The necromancy.
What is
Yeah.
it? Charm or?
Anybody?
It's in the chat.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
says
doesn't say the
necromancy.
type.
Yeah, it does not say that it
Like-
is a charm or that creatures that are immune to charm are immune to it.
Yeah. Okay.
That was badass, oops.
Hold on, dude.
So is
I thought
so.
we could have a moment to read.
I'll go through the turns in order. So, are you doing anything, Rockham?
Yeah, I'm taking his lance away and I'm handing it to Ridley because
Okay.
he has the bag of holding.
If you're touching him, I'm going to give him a wisdom with disadvantage because you're interacting with him.
Can I do a
'Cause he's asleep.
sleight of hand? Can I do a sleight of hand skill check?
Yeah, but he's anything you disarm him or take away from him is a chance for him to wake up.
Well, I'm basically proposing a contested check.
I understand, but
Okay.
he's going to do a wisdom check. If you can do a sleight of hand to see if it improves, I'm already going to do a wisdom with disadvantage if you take it.
All right. Then I'm going to use my reaction this round. And this, which requires no reaction. So that's a 20.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to see if this is disadvantage. I'll just roll 2 and a lower one. That's a fail, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So he's still asleep, and you took away his lance.
Okay, Ridley, I got this for you. I stole it all. I can be a thief too. I stole it all by myself.
Okay.
That was very good, Rockham.
Anything else?
That's my action. I don't think I have any good bonus actions, so
Okay. Arthur,
I'm good.
I would like you to roll a perception manually.
Perception.
Trying to find it. There we go. 15, which
Okay.
means I rolled a 3.
Understood. So what are you going to do this round?
I guess I'll look at Ridley, and actually, you know what? I know that Gust is not a super sneaky guy, and I just know that Gus is gonna try to take some shit from this dude. So I'm gonna say, Gus, listen, if you're gonna steal something, you have to be incredibly careful, okay? And I'm gonna give him Bardic Inspiration. So
Okay.
it's a D12.
You got it, Arthur.
Okay.
Aw.
Bardic Inspiration. That's a cool little animation. That
Mhm.
inspiration. All right, top of the round. Gust.
Well, looking down at him, what does Gus see as far as things that could be removed without
Well,
too terribly
he
much
is,
trouble?
despite the image, he's not on his horse, his hell mount. He has a shield, a black obsidian looking shield. So he's got plate armor, shield, and a lance.
He doesn't have the
lance anymore.
That's what he started with.
Thinks I would take that shields from him.
Okay. Roll a dexterity check.
Going to be such a great idea for Gus.
This is so dumb. I love it.
13. I would like to use that bardic inspiration.
Probably a good idea.
So I roll a
Probably good
d12 for
idea.
that.
A
It
D12.
looks like it already rolled a 7.
I mean, it
So-
did, but it's,
so it's a
less
20.
fun if I roll it. But,
No, it's always what the number is that you awarded. So it's a
Okay.
20. Dirty
Okay.
20.
Sweet.
In that case, then he has wisdom with disadvantage to see if he wakes up. I forget what disadvantage is. Is it shift or command maybe? Doesn't matter. No, he failed. He's still asleep, and now he has. So Gust, that shield is it looked super heavy. It's very light.
Wow, I'm really strong. This doesn't weigh anything.
Such a good. Pretty good.
Oops, look what I got.
Whoa! Nice job.
Okay, rather than going around and around, you have basically, 5 more rounds before he could wake up. So I'm gonna just take it out of combat leave it in combat. But what are you guys doing? Is anyone doing
I'm ready to
anything?
start hitting him.
What?
Right now we're just fucking with this guy.
Yeah, if he takes damage, then he wakes up.
Yeah,
or
so-
if we shake him awake.
Is there, before we waken him, I would like to see if there's anything on the platform that looks valuable that, like, if I need to teleport out of here with, like, some treasure, like, what would I grab?
So looking
before I-
around, I'm gonna briefly go back to the Avernus map. So looking around, to your east, you see these 2 large curved mounts, and it looks as if you were just to the west of the Stygian docks on the map. And this little throne thing is where he was hitting. You don't see anything of value on the throne.
Okay.
My proposal is we either use the opportunity while he's asleep to progress further down our path, or we try to fight him and kill him, and if shit hits the fan, then I can teleport all of us out. We just all have to grab hands, like Kumbaya style.
See,
I mean,
my concern is that he's gonna hit those gongs and it's gonna be like intruder alert around hell, and
I don't think that he'll be able to get back to the gods.
We can hit him for 35 points of damage, and
Looking
It
to the
didn't
east,
affect him at all.
you see these docks, and then flying from the north, you see this.
no,
It's a nightmare.
Beautiful!
it's a kitty.
No, it's up the hall.
fire
I
puppy.
love it.
He's
That's
a ways
probably
off,
not going to be
but
good for
he's-
us.
You see him in the distance flying toward you.
Oh,
Okay.
That may not be a good thing.
doesn't seem like it would be a good thing for us.
Well, he's
We've already disarmed
and he
this
has
guy.
less armor than he normally would because he took his shield. So I say we just beat him up as fast as
Finish,
we can.
yeah, just finish the job. I'm
Okay.
down.
That sounds good to me.
So,
All right.
Ridley, would you like to do the honors?
I suppose I could start the show. So he is prone and unconscious, right?
Yes.
He is not prone. He's
Oh.
standing asleep.
Oh,
He
he's
is-
standing asleep.
He's standing asleep. He is unconscious. That is his state.
Are there any openings in the armor aside from right there in his face?
I mean,
I have that question too, actually.
Ooh,
there's gaps in any armor. So,
Right.
but he's unconscious. You get advantage anyway.
Right. Well, I want a called shot.
You can do a called shot, but it's gonna won't
Make
be
it a
advantage
normal?
then.
Okay.
You
Yeah, I would
normally
like
with called
to.
shot, I usually give someone +5.
Okay. I would like to use my oceanic dagger, the
Okay.
magical dagger, to stab between the helm and his shoulder pauldron right into his neck.
Okay. Roll your attack.
Dagger, don't fail me now.
Come on, Ridley. Let's go.
get him, Ridley. Oh,
Does a 32
Nice.
hit?
It does, and
Bro.
because you did a called shot, that is going to be a critical hit in my view because you
Okay.
you didn't take advantage. You dug it in.
Yeah, it was nice and
Just-
slow.
Just 1 second. So your critical would be 8. Oh, plus your sneak attack.
Oh,
So roll
Yeah,
your sneak
yeah.
attack.
oh, buddy.
Okay,
24
so
again.
that would be
Wow.
48. I tell you what, you pull back and you pull in, and I ask, how would? Oh yeah, call your shot.
Yeah.
Nice. So
Hey,
as
no.
Ridley slowly steps towards him and raises his dagger and just slowly pushes it into the neck, he could feel the vertebrae, sticks it in between and twists, and then pulls it back out.
That's disgusting.
Nice. That dude did.
I've been watching a lot of horror movies recently.
As he falls, I'll end combat here.
Yay.
As he falls, Bell, I failed you.
Yep, should have done better. Vicious mockery.
Right at the end.
Well, he didn't.
The ultimate
He
insult.
said, "Bell,
Bell.
Bell,
Yeah.
I have failed you."
Yeah, I did catch that.
Who is that?
Bell hates Zariel.
Oh, is Bell the person that Zariel deposed to be the
Zariel
ruler
was
of
an
Avernus?
angel who was
Uh-oh.
supposed to watch the last war, but fell into Avernus until he was observed by the ruler of hell and
This
supplanted
Nightmare
Bell
Lands
to rule
ignores all of
Avernus.
you and nudges the dead body.
Oh man.
Nudges the
He
body and
killed his
hunkers down,
master.
rears back, and goes. "Ah!"
Aw, that's sad.
And he
Dang it.
flies off to the east.
Aw.
Well, at least I didn't have to kill the horse too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. We don't need the never-ending story in here.
That's pretty awesome. Ridley two-shotted this guy.
Yeah, you kicked ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was asleep, and you did a
Yeah.
called shot.
I'm taking the win.
A win's a win. A win's a win.
Ridley usually winds up getting hurt in these battles.
Hey, what are the what do we get from him?
You searching the body?
Yeah,
Roll an investigation.
I'm pretty good at that. I'm very good at that today.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll just leave that one to Rockham.
That was a nat 20.
As you kind of pat down the body, you notice that on his right, where the lance holster would be, as he would be riding, he would have the haft of the hell lance in this kind of holster on his thigh. It opens up, and there are two things inside. A weird-looking coin. I'll give you this. And also you notice that a couple things. You have a symbol. I have images for you. It is a symbol of it's a coin with a symbol of like a skull with the two horns and on a dark coin.
That seems like something that we should take.
Do I know what that symbol represents?
Do you read Infernal?
I do.
Ooh.
So it looks like this. It's pretty big. It's like 5 inches across. On the one
wow.
side, it has this kind of like interesting symbol. On the back side, it has the skull with two horns on it. It's about 5 inches across. It's big. It's like a plate-sized thing. And you find a riding crop. Which looks like, let's see. Yeah, it's a riding crop.
Are the lance or the shield or the riding crop magical? Can I tell?
Are you doing how would you know?
Well, I have an identify spell.
Are you using one of those?
Yes, I will cast it as a ritual. Give me 10 minutes, guys.
So you're waiting 10 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna
Well,
roll
if that's
this.
okay with the party.
Sure. I mean,
That's fine.
I shouldn't say.
All right, so I am going to identify the shield.
I will.
So, just a second.
I can read Infernal, so while you're doing that, maybe I translate what's on the ship.
On the coin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the coin magical? Yes. It is a soul coin.
Whoa.
Which I'll
Would
link
I ever
here
recognize
so you can...
that?
No, it's a
Because I
hell
use
thing.
soul
It's not
tokens.
a.
Okay.
It's a hell thing, not a Shadowfell thing.
Wonder whose soul is trapped in here.
Don't know.
Ooh.
And the riding crop is a riding crop.
Sorry, I'm reading.
As you're sitting down and the rest of you are kind of looking around, in the distance you see. Here, let me pull this image. You see this? One second. Just do your thing.
Gus would like to take a couple of his large shirts from his bag and put them over the gongs to try to deaden the sound, just in case somebody does hit them, or maybe even to hide them from somebody so they won't know what they are.
Wait, are the gongs just like suspended by like a rope, or are they like chained or whatever?
Are the what?
The gongs.
They're just kind of on the ground and
Because from
Oh, can
here
you
they
take
look
us out
like
of,
they're horizontal, more like a drum than like a hanging gong.
correct. They're on the ground about a few feet off the ground in two circles near this little throne.
Can you take us out of initiative order?
Oh, sure. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. There you go.
Cool. Hey Ridley, why don't you come help me or Gus, why don't you come help me disable these gongs?
Us can do that.
How are you intending to do that?
So I'm gonna have Gus with his massive strength hold the actual gong steady. And then I am going to use, which tools should I use for this? I'm going to use some bolt cutters that I assume are part of Tinker Tools because it's just big tinkering. Hashtag big tinkering.
Big tinkering.
And I'm going to snip all of the things that are fastening the gongs to the rings. And after I snip them, Gus will slowly lower them to the ground.
Okay. Roll a strength check for Gus and roll your skill.
All right, so that is what skill would you like me to use?
I don't know. You're the one doing it.
I will use sleight of hand
Okay.
with
And
the
I need
tool
a strength chest for
proficiency to give
Gus.
myself advantage.
Channel that
A
BTE.
19.
That's a 27.
So your sleight of hand was fantastic, but the strength, well, good. There was kind of a little ding as it got disconnected on the first one. Not loud, but there was a sound made.
Uh-oh. Wait, put him in the bag of holding. There's no sound in there.
All right, and
I
I
think
and
they
I
might
think
be
we
a little
should.
big for that.
I
You
think
want
we
the other
should do
one?
the other one too.
Okay. Strength, sleight of hand. Why are you doing advantage?
We've used this in the past. with Tasha's, if you're using both a tool and a skill with which you have proficiency, you use advantage. So I have proficiency with the tools, and I have proficiency with sleight of hand.
Yeah, but these aren't things you know.
Okay, so let's do regular sleight of hand then for the next one. So I'll do that.
Like these are completely unfamiliar things. Ooh.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. One of those. Sorry, use the one for the built for success,
Okay.
and then
Let's see
Flash
if the
of
strength
Genius.
is over 20. Let's
There.
get a gust. Hold
Here
on.
we go.
Before you do that, let's see the strength. Oh,
29.
So the strength is holding it so as you kind of failed with your sleight of hand, Gus pulled it up. Oh, it just ripped it off of the
Well, this time Gus
the
knows
base.
how heavy it actually is, so that kind of makes sense too.
yeah. 29 is a very high strength check.
Okay.
So they're both disabled, and you only made a tiny little noise. You don't see anyone coming, but in the distance, floating. Now, while you're sitting here, if you remember the description, you're hearing this background sound of what sounds like torture coming from everywhere around you in the river. Like, coming from everywhere around you. It's kind of this constant background noise as you're near this river. Now, to the east, you see the Stygian docks, which are on the map. You don't exactly know what those are, but they're massive. They're basically like, it looks like big clamps that would like this, that would hold something.
Mhm.
But there's nothing there right now. However, to the north, well, you see a few things. Let me go back to the map. Just 1 second.
Also, from the body of the Hell Knight, can we take that sheath that he had for his lance? So we have the set.
It's attached to the armor.
Oh, okay.
You could maybe take it off, but it probably makes some noise.
Yeah.
So
Quiet is good.
This is why we need the coffin of holding.
So you are right here, apparently where you thought you would be, right there at this kind of like bend in the river. And there's a little, see that little D? That's where you are. This little
Okay.
river. And the docks are down to this like these if you put it in perspective, they're massive. Now, flying overhead, flying overhead, shit. You see. Oh, I actually gotta. Here, just give me 1 second. It's kind of a. I have to cut this map in half, so. Quick Photoshop. You see this flying to the northeast. If I can. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I need a. Sorry, but guys, I didn't think you'd get that far that quick.
No worries.
No problem.
That seems to be a running theme.
Yeah, that's okay. It's all good. That's why I have all these maps prepared, but I gotta get a token on there so you can see it.
So would that shield fit into the bag of holding? Because Gus
It
can't
absolutely
really use
would,
it.
but you haven't identified that.
We can identify it later, guys.
This is what's flying overhead, way to the north, and it's massive, flying in. Oh, what happened? Oh, wait, I need vision. Hold on.
No
Yeah.
tokens.
There we go. Do you see the map?
Not yet.
No.
No?
Like an
Okay.
incompetent oracle, I lack vision.
I heard a noise though.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Hold on. I see what it is. It's the lighting.
I am blind in one eye and can't see out of the other.
There you go.
Aha.
Ah, that looks
Whoa.
cool.
That is flying in the air, and you can see the point of it. It's about 100 feet. The point of it is 100 feet in the air.
Wow.
That is about 500, 600 feet tall, maybe more.
Okay.
And it is just moving. If we go back to the map, to this one.
Gus says, oops, do you see that thing?
I
Oh, God, it gets up there.
I think we can get up there.
So right now, it's flying over the right here to the northeast.
Okay.
Kind of like there's this it's not a volcano, but it looks like a big cut off mountain with smoke coming out of it. Of course, there's smoke, and you still taste the in your mouth like iron and blood, like
Gross.
you know, if you ever cut your lip, that taste.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like pennies.
Yeah, it's yeah, that was good. Thanks
I
for
don't,
that.
but I'll take your word for
But
it.
that was the best description yet. Like if you taste pennies. So this flying thing is up here, right there, moving very slowly, and it's a little behind that mountain. So it looks small from where you see it, but you can
Can we
tell
tell which
from the
direction?
shadow it is massive and moving very slowly toward where you are.
Hmm. Hmm.
Is that the castle that we're supposed to be getting on? I don't know what castles in hell look like.
That's a good
Well,
question.
That was you were described that in the library in Aureziel that the temple granted you access. You saw that there was a flying fortress that hovered over all of Avernus, which is Zariel's home.
Hmm.
You know, you don't have any way, you don't know how to get in, you don't know, I mean, you know nothing about it yet.
It just looks so cool.
So does there seem to be any way to cross the river visible to us?
Well, there's no bridge or anything.
Okay.
We could fly.
We could fly.
So about how far across is the river where we are?
Well, to put it to scale, where you are is just one little tiny point. It's probably at least 2 miles across if you went northeast. Yeah, each one of these squares is about oh, sorry. Yeah, each square is 10 miles, so you're right there.
Jesus.
So, yeah, it's about maybe 5 to 8 miles across where you are. Now, you do see some towers. This one's broken here. And are towers that you way in the distance. Of course, hazy because of the acrid smoke and the heat coming off of the river. Yeah, it's oppressive, the heat, even where you are on the shore.
So guys, we can either find a way to cross, or we can wait for the big floating fortress thing to come to us. But I feel like they would see us on their approach pretty easily.
Yeah, maybe we meet it, walk towards it.
Well, we can't walk towards it without crossing the river.
Oh,
But if we cross the river now and we don't get to it in time and it crosses the river back, then we have to recross the river.
Yeah.
Well,
so then we wait.
That is quite a distance for us to travel.
yeah, that would exhaust my boots of flying across there, I think.
Well, why don't we wait? Yeah, why don't we just wait then?
Do we like hide?
Yeah.
Where
Is
are you
there
going to hide?
anywhere- Yeah, is there anywhere like any kind of landscape that
Well,
might give us a little cover?
See some
if
rocks.
you went southwest, you might find cover behind these hills. Maybe.
That's what I was thinking.
Why don't we just let's see. Yeah, we could hide in a interdimensional portal.
Ooh. Or in a little like hut type structure.
I'm just saying
We could hide in an interdimensional portal or a hut.
No, like a,
There are a lot of options that range between portal and hut.
I'm just saying I have rope trick.
does the hut
Prepared.
make you invisible?
Uh-huh.
So we could hide in the rope trick.
Okay, that's fine. Oops, just in the room. Okay. He just thought the hut would be fun.
Well, I don't have the magic hut. I have the rope.
Okay.
Does
don't know if
Oob
there's
have a
some
magic
other-
hut?
I do.
Oh, Oob does have the magic hut.
I do have to.
Because you can color that any way you want so that it
Yeah.
looks like camouflage in the environment.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking, and then y'all made fun of me for it.
You just
You're
said
having a
hut.
hard
You
time
didn't say
hearing you,
tiny
Mandy.
hut.
Oh, sorry. Here we go. Okay.
There we go.
There we are.
Yeah, I have the hut, so we can do that. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Whichever. I don't know
the crunchy bits of like whether or not tiny hut is better than the rope.
No, it is exclusively better.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's do tiny hut.
So you're going to cast a tiny hut, which I
Yes.
think lasts 8 hours.
Okay.
Mhm.
And you're
Let
making
me find
it. It is opaque to the. In our campaign, you can make it basically look like your environment.
Okay.
That's how it's worked here. Okay, you don't need to.
So it just
Oh
made,
yeah, that
it just
That's
makes me.
so funny. You could just
It's
tell
a-
me you're casting tiny.
It's
a
it's
30-mile
Layman's
hut.
fucking gigantic hut.
You just hut in the river.
My bad.
Yeah, I didn't.
also you
I
get
didn't
to
make
control
the
the
map
temperature
to
inside the
scale,
hut.
so
too.
let me remove that.
Okay.
Just a second.
Layman's 50-foot, or yeah. Well, you said it was 10 miles per square.
Yeah,
so
that's like
Liam and
35
Fif-
miles.
Mitch.
Can you remove that?
I will try my best.
It's under effect under your character.
I wonder.
How did you cast it on here?
It's in my spells.
I know, but oh, you don't have a token here, so okay. But can you remove that, or should I?
It's in.
Yeah, I think if you go into measurement controls underneath
Yes.
like the little person token
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
Thank you.
and then select target.
Got it. It's a tile for me. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
so you're right here. You're casting tiny hut, and you're just kind of hanging out. So
Yep.
as you are in the hut, suddenly that oppressive heat is like gone. It is nice and cool. It's like going from 104 degrees outside into 74-degree air conditioning. Like it's
Beautiful.
from the furnace to like, oh.
Gus
Very
lets
nice.
out
Maybe
a
we should
big
just-
sigh of relief. Oh, thanks, Oops.
So
I needed that.
as you're in the tiny hut, I'm gonna roll a couple things. Let me turn this background music down. There we go. The slowly over the next few hours, that floating fortress gets larger and larger and larger until you see. Let's see if I can share this.
Would it be enough time for us to have taken like a short rest or something?
So, yes, in the tiny hut, you actually, if you cast it, you can actually do a long rest in the hut.
Ooh.
It's just because remember in our campaign, short rest is an hour, long rest is 4 to 6, depending on the
Okay.
character.
But you only get one long rest a day.
Correct.
Got it.
So you can
I
do
don't
a
think
short
we
rest
need a
now.
long rest.
Oh. I took one, so I'll just count mine as gone.
Yeah,
Because I clicked the button.
I'll use a few resources then, so.
I didn't do anything, so.
So while you're in the hut, the floating fortress gets larger and larger and larger and kind of floats down until it's towering almost above you. And the point of it is about 50 feet above your hut and then goes toward the docks.
Do I see any openings near the bottom?
Well, give me a second. I'll show you. Again. you do see a couple possible openings. So, you see a couple things way above. You see something flying way above at the top. You also see you see three possible entries. There's some vents in the side of the thing. There's a flying being way at the top. Like, it's so tall. And then and then you see this, as soon as it docks, the river starts pouring into I'll show you. It's kind of cool. There's shit. And I'll make it so that you can just see it. And now, oh, okay. This is what you see. So those
That's a pretty sick dock.
it docks, and you now see, as they clamp down, you're on this little peninsula right there. Right, see where I'm clicking?
Mhm.
Yes.
There is a stairs here. There's stairs here. There's an entrance here where you hear souls, and you can actually see little streaks of deformed beings being sucked in as fuel from the river Styx. There are several side viewports, and at the very top, which would be like the scale of this, you can tell. At the very top, you see like there's a flat roof where there's something flying up there.
There's something flying. Okay.
Correct.
So how do we get to the top of that thing? Let's see.
Or do we just go in the bottom and sneak to the top?
Oh, we could do that too.
I mean, either are options.
Do we want to approach it? I'm sure
Yeah,
it's
sure.
very difficult to like convince leave the nice air conditioned tiny hut though.
Pretty sure we have to go in there.
Yeah. Did we
Alright.
decide that we're actually stealing the sword, or are we doing something else? Because we kind of just killed a Bell guy. So she might like that.
I think we should steal the sword. I thought that was our objective.
I thought the plan was to steal the sword.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we need to leave and approach the big scary ship.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to hop in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Convenient.
So the least sneaky person doesn't have to worry about sneaking.
Gus could travel in the bag of holding too.
Actually, I don't think Gus fits.
He can go into his bottle.
Oh, that's right.
Also, Gus doesn't need to breathe.
Now,
He has a
in
feature
order
called
to reach
unending
there,
breath.
you're going to have to kind of go south a little bit of a ways and there's a little bit along the river you'd have to go down before you reach the staircase or the mounts if you're trying to go by foot.
Technically, I was just thinking about it. We could all fly as one unit.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
So follow me here. Rockham goes into the bag of holding.
yes.
Oob turns into a marble, goes into Gus' pocket.
Yes.
Gus goes into his bottle, which goes into the bag of holding.
Oh.
Arthur
No,
and I
you
hop
can't. You
on my
can't put
broom of
Gus' bottle in
flying.
the bag of holding.
Oh, interdimensional space and an interdimensional space, but I could carry it.
Yeah, we don't. We don't. But we don't want to open a portal to the astral plane. We've already been
Right.
there.
Good point.
But you could carry it.
Yes,
I'm following you.
because it's a small item. And then Arthur and I could hop on my broom of flying.
Oh, and
I
Arthur
love
has,
that.
and
don't
Arthur
believe
has
that
a
the-
nightmare too that can fly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
going to
unit.
be pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Pegasus. But it will be
That's what I'm
obvious.
thinking. We would be a
Like,
pretty small target, just the two of us, because we're not big guys. On this broom of flying, we could stay low to the ground. Like an F-16, flying real low under the radar.
we're gonna map this shit.
Woohoo! Let's do
All right,
it.
Goose. Popcorn.
Okay, Oob shrinks into marble form and jumps in Gust's pocket. And you hear really, really softly, let's do this.
So Rockham is going to wait until the last second to get into the bag of holding. Like everyone else is going to get on the broom first.
Hey,
Hey, Rockham, I got a suggestion for you while you're in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can identify the lance,
Oh, I could.
because you could have some time in there.
But first, actually, I need to see the duration on this. Never mind. 1 sec. Oh, never mind. It's not nearly long enough. Okay. Yeah, I'll just get in the bag of holding and I am going to cast Identify on the lance. And if there's another 10, and if it takes 20 minutes, the shield as well.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. You can't identify while you're in the bag of holding.
No?
There's no magic inside of a bag of holding.
Okay.
It's an interdimensional space. There's no access to the weave, which
Okay.
is now, So there's no magic in the bag of holding.
well,
Okay.
shucks.
All right. Well, I am just going to chill out in the bag of holding and be cool.
Okay.
Rockham's just having a smoke.
So Rockham's in the bag of holding. Oob is in Gus' pocket. Gus is in his bottle. Should Ridley carry that or Arthur?
I mean, Ridley's typically more out of sight than I am. So I
Just
Horns are a
hang
bit
it-
ostentatious.
I could just hang it from my belt. And then Arthur and I could get on the broom of flying. Because I don't think that even together the two of us would weigh more than 400 pounds.
I don't know how heavy those horns are.
that heavy.
Skinny little guy.
The
with
horns only weigh
200-pound
10
horn.
pounds, but the silver tips weigh 30 pounds each.
He's just a skinny guy with this like gigantic neck.
Boy, sit.
One of those Russian weightlifters.
Oh my god.
There's no neck. It
Jeez.
just goes from head right to shoulder.
Mhm.
His upper body is basically a big triangle.
This.
Like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Um, okay, so you're gonna try to fly up. Who? In what order are you flying?
Well, it's me and Arthur together on the Broom of Flying, and everybody else is with us in their own interdimensional spaces.
Okay.
So Rockham's in the bag of holding. Gust and Oob are in Gust's bottle. Oob's in Gust's pocket.
So basically, it's just two of you guys on a broom and flying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'd like to stay like low to the ground to be a little more inconspicuous, sort of staying with whatever shadows there may be until we get closer to it.
And then you're.
I don't
gonna-
want to fly high and
You want to fly low and then go up.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you fly low along the coast, and as you so there's two clamps on the docks for the image. Are you flying toward them? Are you flying along the river? What are you doing?
Think we would probably stick closer to the land because flying over the river might be dangerous because it's really freaking hot because it's lava,
Well, yeah,
basically.
it's hot.
Right.
I
Don't
won't
wanna
say
burn
it's
my brain.
lava, but it's
It's real hot.
boiling.
Yeah. So that doesn't seem like a fun option.
Okay.
I'd rather hit the ground than to fall into the boiling liquid if anything goes sideways.
Technically, you need to worry about things going down when you're flying.
So as we approach the clamps, the docks where they are based on the ground, I would slow down and try to be more stealthy. Like try to position myself so I'm behind an obstacle or something. Not like using a stealth skill, but
I understand. You're trying to be inconspicuous on a flying broom.
right.
Okay.
But
So
I do have Arthur's awesome perception with me because he's not in.
yes,
bags
I
or
understand. Give me. You're flying. Give me I guess you're piloting. Give me a dexterity check.
Okay.
To see how you can.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay. So you're.
Guess I'm not used to having a passenger.
Well- Hmm.
And Arthur, we're trying to rely on your perception here to help us stay not so hidden. I mean, not so obvious.
Okay.
Arthur's on the back of the broom like this. like no goggles, just with his hands.
Okay then. You approach the clamps and you see a lot of wretched looking creatures going and carrying things up the stairs, and kind of like a fireman brigade. Like there's there's a wagon that from your angle you can see that has delivered something, and they're bringing them up this side of the clamp. You can't see the other side from your angle.
Right.
But as you get closer, and are you ascending along, like, by the clamp? Or tell me, if the clamps are here, west-east, where are you? You're approaching from the north. Where are you?
Right. Arthur, help me out here because your perception's here.
Do I see like an area that I feel like is a blind spot?
If you kind of went a little bit behind this, you know what I'm saying? Like right here, behind that, you could, if you went across under the bridge and up here, you might make, you could be above where the clamps are. There's a bunch of chains.
Good.
Mhm.
Now, until you get up to here, out of the sight of the creatures that are supplying the ship, the fortress, where so I'd like you to roll, in this case, a stealth check again.
Okay. And I do that with advantage because Arthur is helping me with the perception.
Yeah, I could say, as long as you're communicating. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Be like, fly over here. No.
Well,
Left. Your left. Our left. What?
Yeah.
Page
Arthur's
left,
definitely-
not house left.
so 29.
Arthur is whispering
You
as soft
have-
as he can.
I'm like,
Blown
wait, I've got two of
directly.
those.
You angle it, and you're lifting directly behind the dock, and you have flown up, and you are now flying on this side of the clamp. Now you do see some
Can you ping it? Because I'm not seeing your cursor at all.
right here. Oh, why
Still
is
didn't
not
see it.
pinging? Oh, I don't
There
know.
it
Okay.
is.
Yeah, took a second. Sorry. So you're right on this side, and that spine on the left side, if you stick to that, it has less windows. There are no
Okay.
windows on the spine. They're all on this side, and this side is curved. So there's kind of like a spine on the left side,
Okay,
we-
yeah.
it's
so
currently
a
the west.
concave.
right? And you see that this is the from your point of view, the flood of souls is starting to lessen a little bit, as if the whatever they're using those for is filling up. And
Okay.
again, as you're right here, you can see over the edge, and you see the creatures starting to walk only down. They've deliver their goods. So if you want to, you need to go west, east, north, or south to ascend. Right now, you're on the west along the spine.
Arthur, do you see any openings?
I mean, there are plenty of openings that are windows, but you have no idea what's behind them.
Yeah,
Or do you think we should just keep going up?
I mean, I feel like at least if we are at the top, we have the high ground. If we are going to take a fight, does that
Make sense?
yeah? Does that Because I mean, we can go in. There's no way to tell what's behind the doors.
Right. Most likely, usually the leaders are at the top.
Yeah. And we're after a sword that is probably near to the leader.
I'm guessing we're just sort of going elevator style up.
Yeah. Very sneakily though. Arthur's whisper, like he's getting like a little bit oddly close to your ear. The
Mhm.
whisper.
Oh, my map.
So we're
is
staying
so-
very close to the structure so that we can't
I'm having
be seen.
very slow loading of my maps. I mean, this is a pretty cool map. They're pretty cool. But I'm loading a map of the roof, and it's having a difficult time.
All right. Well, can you give me a minute? I will be right back. I'm being paged.
Yes.
Cool.
Hopefully
So-
your pager won't explode.
Uh-huh. Wait till Roger gets back. Yeah, I've got the.
I imagine that Gust and Oob are having really chatter.
Deep
uh,
conversations.
really interesting chatter in his little magic bottle.
Gust is actually serving tea. Like
Yeah.
they're just having tea time.
Every now and again there'll be like a sharp turn of the broom and we'll just like
Okay, that's not it. Oh.
there he is.
Roger, so
We
we're
needed
gonna
our broom
theater
master.
mime this,
Theater of the mind.
because I'm having a difficult time loading the roof map of the tower. I don't know why. So we're just gonna theater the mind it. I'll put some just icons here. The roof is so what when you fly up to the top, you see uh, what looked like one creature circling actually was a few that were seen once in a while. There were 3 creatures circling the top. As you near the top, I need you to roll a stealth to see. So you have a decision to make. As you near the top, are you I would remind you to check the list of potions that you have
Hmm.
that we were in the box that you were given from Agnon.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now.
We can turn into a dragon. I remember that one.
That'd be so
That
sick.
might not be the best right now, but do whatever you want.
That seems like an opinion.
Yeah. Is there ever a time that turning into a dragon isn't the best? I'm just gonna shut that down right here.
If you're in an escape room, I feel like it'd be pretty bad.
Oh, I spelled that really wrong.
Whoops.
All right. So does everybody have the list?
I do
'Cause
not.
I could run it down real quick. All right. So we received two potions of invulnerability, 1 potion of gaseous form, 1 potion of giant strength, 1 potion of speed, 1 potion of dragon's grace, which turns you into a brass dragon, and 4 potions of superior healing.
Cool. I like the one that is the gaseous form.
What manner of giant is the potion?
Didn't say. I don't know if we had them identified.
I want to look at one of your characters because I think I'm looking at Gust. Just give me a second.
Robbie said that Gust already had potions of superior healing,
Yes.
but he didn't remember where he got them.
I've had a couple for a while. I haven't had to use them though because I have that spell storing item that has 12 first level healing spells in it.
Yeah, Ridley doesn't have any.
Okay. Okay. I was looking to see if anyone had this particular thing. So what are you guys doing? You're ascending, you see above you, you could drop onto the roof and deal with whatever.
So
Ridley does have the
Uh,
cloak of Elvenkind,
Mm-hmm.
so he would put the hood up on that. Let me
Which
drop that in
is
chat real quick.
here, I can I'm going to I have that Cittern. I have the magic Cittern that I got. Can I upcast from that? Because it gives me access to other spells.
okay.
So let me see if I can just do it. Consume. Did it not?
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So as long as I can upcast, I mean, they might have true sight anyway, so it might be worthless, but as long as I can upcast, me and Ridley can just, like, go invis.
Well, it doesn't matter because if you're touching someone else, anything they're touching or carrying, which would be the broom, basically you've become invisible.
Right. So
Okay, so as long as we
So you don't
stay a
need to
single
upcast
unit
it.
on the broom.
You're using it as is because.
okay,
Nice.
cool. That's fine then.
So you are invisible, and as you cast it, how long does it last?
An hour.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. So you're completely invisible, and I'm looking at something. I don't think that has. Ah. They have. No. Okay, so there are, as you turn invisible and you rise up, you do see, if you hadn't turned invisible, there are some murder holes that are pointed toward the spine, and you see some glowing eyes looking out with what looks like ballistas pointing out the side of that, should anyone be out of view in the spine. So, and as you crest the top, there are 3, and you have seen these before, but I'm going to share just for the sake of the stream. You see 3 bone devils who are
Shit.
flying in a circular pattern, guarding what. And as you look outside of this, they don't see you, but they are slowly flying over. What you see is in the center a hatch on the roof. It's flat, black with a no rim, no edge. It's just a flat black top with a hatch in the center of it. And these 3 bone devils flying around and around very slowly. They're not fast, but they're patrolling outside of this.
Yeah, we've run into them before, haven't we?
Yes, you have. You know they're bone devils.
Yeah.
You've seen them before. I just shared it for the stream because not everyone knows what a bone devil looks like. But you have fought them before. They're strong.
I remember not liking them.
Yes.
Okay.
So how big is the area where this hatch is, the top?
It's about 60-foot circumference. 60-foot diameter, not circumference.
Right. So if I were to fly basically to the center of the hatch and use one of the charges on my Wand of Secrets,
Okay.
which has a...
So wait, you're trying to fly over them? Because they're patrolling the perimeter. You're outside of it right now.
Okay. Okay, I thought they were up higher, that we'd be able to go under them.
Oh, that's a good. I mean, you could try. You're invisible,
We're pretty.
and they're not
Mhm,
flying
right now.
super fast. So I'll give you a dex check to see if you'll be able to pilot under and through while even though you're invisible, you still have to get the timing right.
Right. Arthur, do you think this is a good idea?
I mean, we're invisible and you're dexterous as fuck, so typically.
Yeah, actually, you get advantage because you are invisible.
Okay. So advantage is Alt or Control.
I don't know on a PC.
Matt, do you remember? Alt or Control for advantage?
I believe it's Alt.
I can give you Bardic if you think it'll help, but I don't. I kind of doubt we'll need it.
Well, also that makes noise.
True.
What does?
Oh, fuck.
Bardic Inspiration.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Oh my.
Yeah.
You know
my
what?
last two dex checks have sucked.
What is?
that's with advantage. Holy shit.
Yes. Yeah, I rolled a 4 and a 6. And last time my low roll was a 4.
And
also.
you have Bardic Inspiration, I believe, right? Which was how much?
I mean, it's a D12, but
He didn't want to
Right.
cast it because it's a verbal component.
yes.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Well, let me see how they did.
Come on, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll take that.
So as they're patrolling, you try to time it, and you just skim. And one of the Bone Devils felt something brush and looked at their leg and looked around and smelled. They don't smell anything. Okay.
The
So
good
you
thing Gus is in
are
his bottle.
you
Yeah.
are in the center.
Right. And I wanted to use my Wand of Secrets.
Okay.
Which
Use it for the chat.
yeah, it doesn't have a let me
I can link it if you want.
do it this way. There it is. Okay, it just pops up when I use it.
Yeah.
Just want to see if there's another way we can go without opening this big hatch.
There is. So you within 30 feet.
That's why I was asking how big it is. If I'm in the center, it should be 30 feet all the way around.
The hatch does not show as a trap or anything glowing, but next to the hatch there is a square the same size as the hatch. Or trap. So there is a secret door next to the hatch, and the hatch is a trap.
Oh,
Huh. Just as I suspected, Arthur says
So-
very quietly.
I
What?
at
The Bone Devil was like, what?
I lean back and I whisper directly into Arthur's ear, like my mouth is right on his ear, and tell him what I discovered.
Okay. So you would now have discovered a secret door.
Secret tunnel.
Feel as though we are going in the secret door, no?
But we still need to distract the Bone Devils so that we can use the secret door.
Ah,
Because
well, I am a bard.
as soon as we separate, I become visible.
Now, where's Gust?
And
Gus is in
bottle.
his bottle hanging
Yeah.
on my belt.
In his bottle.
Because he's a genie.
genie bottle.
No,
In a
he's not a
bottle.
genie.
Well, no, he's a genie warlock, so he gets a
He's not a genie.
little intro.
He's
He's
a
a ge-
barbarian
A
warlock.
genasi.
He's
Right,
an
but
Genasi. His
his-
father was a different.
One of his
There
his
is-
class, not class, his race features was that he gets.
Well, no,
like
it's a class feature from his warlock subclass.
a-
There you go.
What?
Uh,
It's in the chat.
yeah.
Who let him do that?
I don't know. It was one of it was that DM guy.
What kind of jerk let him
Whoever
have
that
that? All right. So I understand he's in the literally a genie bottle. Okay.
Yeah, and Oob is marble size, went into his pocket before he went into the bottle.
But when he's in there, he can't. Doesn't. I don't think you can see. Let me see more details. You can hear the area around your vessel as if you were in its space. You can remain. You can hear. Okay, so Gus knows everything going on.
You have to whisper it into the bag of holding for Rockham.
Well, Arthur can do that. He's behind me.
So I'm sorry, I missed something. Am I just poking Rockham in the bag of holding?
You just have to
Just shake him up a
sort
little
of
bit.
Just like flicking to
open
make
the
a
flap
ding?
and whisper in, "Hey, here's what's going on.
Oh, okay.
We got 3 bone devils. We need to distract them."
Okay.
Actually, can I? Oh no, I can't cast a spell while invisible. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that because that is a
We
trap.
can't take actions like physical stuff.
We can.
He can attack and he can do anything but attack and cast a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will, as small as the Rockham bag can open, I will like put my lips up to it and be like, "There's 3 bone devils out here, and we're trying to kind of distract them to get into a secret."
I don't know if I have any chicanery for this. I have to look at my fairly extensive spell list.
I mean, I could do something, but
The only problem is the only thing I can do, it only has a range of 60 feet.
So DM, was I correct in assuming that once Arthur and I sort of disconnect from the broom that I become visible? Or because it was all happened when he cast a spell, I remain invisible for the duration?
Well,
because that's
I would say once the invisibility is cast, it is in effect. Even if, but if either of you leaves if you both leave the broom, it will become visible.
Okay.
The
The
broom,
broom
will
will become visible. Okay.
Okay, so I have an idea that might be dumb, but I'm going to do it.
Okay. I got one too.
So
I also have
after Colin tells me tells me the thing, or Arthur tells me the thing, I ask him to put the opening of the bag near the broom, or where I think the broom, or where he thinks the broom is, because it's invisible.
Well, we're sitting on it.
Okay.
Okay.
So I get as much of me out as is possible. I have a thumbs up. I don't know where that came from. And I cast upon my person.
What do you cast?
Because I'm just a little bit better. I don't know where it went. There it is. Upon myself.
Greater invisibility.
Okay.
So I am going to fly using my winged boots
Okay.
a good 60 feet away from the party.
How well? Okay. Are you gonna flying up above them?
Are you going like straight up? Because the
no,
bone devils are circling us.
Right. So I'm going horizontally to them.
Okay.
The direction doesn't really matter. I'm just moving away from the party.
Okay.
And then I
30 feet away from us is the edge of the top.
Right, and I'm going 30 feet beyond that,
Mm-hmm.
which should take me about 12 seconds.
Okay.
With my move speed. then at a point 60 feet from that, so 100 feet from the party. And I don't think that it has to be on a thing, but I'm going to do it as close to the ground as I can get it. I'm going to cast this.
Nice.
I'm not placing the template because that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So let's just say, for sake of argument, it's over this rock. I'm casting Shatter. So
What's the range
basically,
on
I am
that?
just making a big old noise.
Wait, what's the range on that?
60 feet.
Well, you're nowhere near that.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it 60 feet away from me, which is 120 feet from where the party is.
Yeah, but that's still in the air.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's just a loud noise.
Yeah.
Okay. So interesting. Okay, let me roll some
And
stuff.
then after I cast that, I fly back.
I have to look at something. I totally get what you're doing.
And I'm still invisible, by the way.
I know, greater invisibility. So it's verbal, somatic, and material. So you have to verbally cast this. So you cast verbally. The Bone Devils look toward this verbal sound of casting this spell, and then they hear boom! And it echoes because it's in the air. It's like boom, 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 boom. It is
I think
echoing.
I think the sound goes for like 300 feet or something.
Yes. So this is what happens. The sound goes into the air, which, if you think about sound waves, it starts here and expands outward in a sphere. And
Right.
as it bounces off of objects, it will become waves and echo. So
Right.
it is massively loud and echoes so far. The Bone Devils all fly over the edge and start looking around, and flying out of the secret door is let me pull it up. This is fascinating. I'm excited.
Oh, great. I said I had an idea. I didn't say it was good.
Well, it
Well, we're
happened.
gonna find
Doesn't
out.
matter. It doesn't really matter if it's good or not now.
So while all this is happening, I am going to activate an item of mine.
1 second. Because flying out with this hatch. Flying out and flying, looking around and flying toward the Bone Devils is a winged, plated woman with a massive, jagged whip,
Whoa.
and flies out of the secret door toward the Bone Devils. They all start flying down. So at the moment, there's no one on the roof.
Is the hatch still open?
It's not the hatch. It's just a
But
secret
yeah,
door.
well, that's what I mean. The secret door is that still open?
It's not
So she
open or
came out of
shut.
it.
It's just a. It's not a hatch. It's just a door.
Oh, it's just a hole.
It's just a
but-
hole. It's just a port.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
I-
go in.
I think I think this is it. I think
Can we fit in there with the broom, or do we have to get off the broom and go in?
I mean, yeah, you could fly in with the broom.
Just elevator down.
So, but
Like
Rockham is
catty-corner.
not. Rockham is on his own. So
Right.
So
Greater
Bypass
invisibility,
them.
you don't see them, and they don't see you. All that
So-
happened was so Arthur whispered into the bag what had happened, and all of a sudden you felt the bag edge go as something left the bag,
Right.
which was an invisible Rackham, which you don't see, and
Right.
they don't see you. And all of a sudden, you hear this massive boom. So, unless you communicate, you're acting separately.
yeah, so right after I cast Shatter and
they
they
run
start
off.
running, I'm activating my Gem of Seeing. Which is a replicated item. I just linked it. So for 10
Wait,
minutes I have
Wait,
true sight.
when did you replicate that?
Oh, like as soon as I got to level 15. I've had this forever. I just haven't used it.
Okay.
Because I got a new infused
So
an
you see
additional
them,
infused item.
they can't
Right.
see you.
So as I
So
see
you
them
look
go
around
into
and
the
you're like,
hatch-
oh, there's Arthur and Ridley on a broom.
So as I see them go through a hole in the floor,
You just
I follow them
them.
through the hole.
So you guys are on still invisible on a broom, flying down through this hole. Now, when you fly down, you see basically again, this is 60-foot radius. So it's 120 foot
120 feet
diameter
from side to side. Yeah.
side to side. So you do the math times pi, a lot. It's huge. And then it goes down slightly smaller and smaller until you get to the bottom, which is where the point is, which is the flight or the levitation, however it moves.
So
Now,
the inside of this thing is basically hollow.
in this, no, it's there's 40 floors. So you have emptied the it looks like there's a guard, and in what you see, this thing was guarding, and the Bone Devils were guarding, is now there is on either side of this descending like staircases. So on either side, there's just literally it's just descending staircases from one level to another. So on the top level, you see two. They don't have. It wasn't an Aranis. Okay, yeah. Well, anyway, it flew off, but it was flying at the Bone Devils, and I rolled, even though it has true sight, it wasn't looking where you were. It was flying off the edge with the Bone Devils. So you got really lucky. Now, there are some like what look like faceless amorphous creatures that are, you can see two of them, one walking up the stairs and touching something on the wall and walking. So you can only go down from here on the east or the west. Oh my god. Okay. Go ahead. Tell me what you're doing. This is so awesome.
Sounds like we're going down.
Yeah.
Stash the broom, Ridley. We might need it later.
So I assume that by the time I get to where they are, a minute has passed and my spell wears off.
It hasn't been a minute yet. No. I mean,
Oh,
bam, bam, bam. It will be soon, but it's been
I just want
about.
to get to where they are so I'm not alone.
Yeah, you're following them, and they
Yeah.
just decide to broom down.
All right.
Oh
So
wow.
so it's not like an opening in the center all the way down. It's like a cone that keeps getting narrower. So we have to go down these levels.
Uh,
I swear, if we flew to the top of this thing only to go through 40 freaking levels of infernal bullshit.
down.
Yeah.
Nah, the sword's probably in one of the upper levels. I mean,
That's my
Uh,
thought, but
The sword was
Levels are-
probably on the chick who flew out and went past us because she did have a sword on her
I
side.
saw that. I saw that too. I was like,
okay.
But Mike, it is 8 o'clock.
I know. I'm good.
Okay. I wanted to make sure.
You went
'cause I
through
know
the
what you said.
roof, which. So, one level down is you see what looks like a bridge of a ship to your eyes, but you don't see any steering thing. But you do see what looks like a bell.
Does it strike me as like an intruder alert bell, Lord?
It doesn't.
That's good.
do I see anything that
So what you
is-
see is there's two rusty iron crates in kind of one corner, and an iron looks like a bell shaped contraction bolted to the floor in the opposite corner. It's 9 feet tall and painted black with a bunch of like dents and dings in it.
Can I tell if it is if there are any illusions or invisible items or creatures in the area?
How would you know?
I have true sight.
You have true sight?
For,
For 10 minutes, 120 feet. That's how he saw us.
Oh right. Hmm.
I love being a little Swiss Army knife. I'm an all-purpose.
Okay, so as you're sitting there, all of a sudden, Rockham is visible. And how long is the invisibility lasts for you? Is it an hour?
An hour, yeah.
Okay. So Rockham is now visible. All of a sudden he disappears. And he sees you guys. But
Hi, guys.
you see him and he sees you. But you're invisible. So there's just a Rockham in this room with like these. So this bell what does True Sight give you?
Out to a specific range, 120 feet, could see in normal and magical darkness, see invisible creatures and objects, automatically detect visual illusions and succeed on saving throws against them, and
There's
perceives
no
the original...
illusions here,
Mhm.
and there's no invisible creatures here.
Okay. And I can see into the ethereal plane, but I don't think that's relevant.
It is relevant. There is some weird. This bell is connected. Oh wait, ethereal plane. No, it's it looks magical.
Hmm.
All right, so I am going to use a spell slot to cast Identify on the bell.
And oh, really?
So it's a 1 minute cast instead of a 10-minute cast.
1 minute.
A
Okay.
long time.
As you're casting it, you start hearing above you. You speak Infernal, right?
I speak in
No, Arthur does.
Arthur, you hear like, I don't see anybody. Well, keep looking.
Oh,
I don't see anything. Just if you let anyone through, you know Zariel's going to kill you. And I don't mean death. I mean lemur.
Super death.
oh.
Whoa.
So Arthur says that to the party and holds open the bag of holding and says, Rockham, return!
Well,
right,
he's
how many-
casting Identify though.
No.
It will stop.
No.
How
Oh.
much time
I don't know. Let's roll.
has passed?
Uh,
7. Okay. I got a timer going. After a minute, you identify this bell, this like contraption, as the control the control bell. It is what keeps, it is what connects magically to float this fortress. Normally guarded by a very powerful devil who has been distracted and flown out of here.
Hey guys, I have an idea. I don't know how good it is.
I mean, I'm here for it.
What if I have a way to possibly make this whole thing just kind of fall?
As long as we can find the sword afterward, I think that's not our problem.
You hear a little tiny voice from inside the bottle that says,
Actually, Gust appears
perfect.
because he can go back in the bottle,
Yeah.
but he comes out of the bottle and goes, you can act it, but I was going to say, well, let's just smash it. I mean,
So I am going to cast upon the bell. Dispel
Uh-oh.
magic.
At what level?
1 million.
If only.
what level?
Well, I can only do fourth, so I'll do fourth.
Can
Okay.
I help? Can I help and also cast a spell magic?
Um,
I mean, I could
Link
also
that's-
accompany it with an Arcana check.
link the spell. Oh, you did. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I didn't anticipate that.
I don't think you've anticipated anything we've done.
So, this is what happens in this order. All of a sudden, because you're at a dock, you feel like an earthquake shaking, moving everything around you, and Gus is ooh. And he
didn't
goes back
expect
to the
that.
bottle.
And I will dive back into the bag of holding.
Okay. So
And-
you guys are
and I
still
think-
on the broom, right?
I never said I got off of it.
Yeah.
So around you, you see, even though you're stationary as you're hovering in the broom, just violent shaking. What do you do?
I poke my head out of the bag and say, I think we should leave.
Yeah. Did,
Um,
did we see like the magical aura like disappear around the spell?
Who's seen the aura?
Rockham.
Well, I.
Rockham.
Well, Rockham's
yeah.
in the bag.
Well, right.
Right.
I
Rockham
guess I'm-
did. Well, I think the evidence might be when you dispelled magic on this thing, violent shaking started, and you're
Okay.
in a dock. So
Okay.
something bad is happening.
All right, not Rockham. Ridley, take us out, man.
Okay, so in this order, you you fly out. As you fly out of the hole, looking directly at you are three bone devils and the Aranis as they're flying, right? The Aranis and the three bone devils and you two. Are you still invisible?
Yeah, we are.
yeah,
But the Aranis now is looking at you with true sight.
right.
So-
So she could see us.
She sees you, and below you, this violent shaking. The flow of the souls reverses, and
Oh,
it
shit.
starts.
Oh, that's bad.
It starts to try to float away, and the rips. They dock asunder. They are
Uh-oh.
broken. The vessel below you, which now you're just floating, and the awareness and the flying creatures are like just looking around, ironically in horror. They're looking around, watching this entire vessel move, start to float south, and crash on its side, breaking into pieces. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Yeah.
my God. Did we do that?
I don't think we're being very inconspicuous anymore.
So,
We're still invisible.
Yeah.
so we will see you in 2 weeks to find out what happens. We're off next week because of a large event that I have to work. But in 2 weeks, we will find out the aftermath of what just happened.
Yikes.
I've also updated the map. If you notice, now there's a wrecked flying fortress on the map.
Oh gosh. Oh,
I'm still seeing the flying
Yeah, I was still
portrait.
seeing the
Oh,
fortress.
here we go.
Oh, I started reloading, but I'll see it in a minute.
All right, let me load the. We'll go back to that for this. Actually, the map already had it. I just hoped you wouldn't notice.
oh.
I whispered to Arthur. I think we broke it. We didn't get the sword.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
Now, wrecked Blind Fortress. We will see you guys in a couple weeks. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Bye bye.